Hello students. Today we will discuss about protected cultivation of roses. Traditionally, rose is cultivated on an open field, but to meet the needs of global market, it become very essential to cultivate rose under protected conditions. As discussed earlier, we are harvesting the benefits of protected cultivation, that means polyhouse. Not only foreign market, but domestic market also demanding the quality of roses. And protected cultivation assured control over climatic hazards. So this cultivation has become a need of time. So today we will start about the rose cultivation under protected condition. So let us we move on our first slide of this cultivation practices. The botanical name of rose is Rosa species, family Rosaceae, origin or native place of rose is India, and chromosome number of rose is 20 is equal to 14. Before the starting of this cultivation practices of rose, we must know about importance of rose. A rose is called as king of flower as well as it is called as queen of flower. If we discuss king of flower, the flower of rose having some king likeness, that is majesty, status and power. Due to these three king likeness characteristics, rose is called as king of flower. It is also called as queen of flower because it having some queen likeness, that is beauty, grace and cultural refinements. Due to these three queen likeness characteristics, rose is called as queen of flower. Rose is an important cut flower among floriculture industry and it having highest demand throughout the year due to its beauty. If we think about or if we discuss about beauty of the rose, no any flower is comprises to its beauty. That's why rose is called as universal flower. Generally, the flower of rose are used for various purposes. That is, it is used as a vase decoration and table decoration. Rose is a popular crops for both domestic as well as international market. And generally, they are harvested or cut when flowers are having bud stage. And after harvesting the flower, they are held in a refrigerated conditions until they are ready for display or point of their sale. In temperate countries, the cut flowers are generally grown in greenhouses, and in warmer countries, they are grown under cover in order to protect the crop from adverse climatic conditions and pests and diseases. After harvesting the flowers, they are exported or shipped by market through air. The rose is used as different purpose, that is extraction of essential oil. Also it is used for making of rose water, making of gulkand, making of rose perfumes. There are several byproducts are there. It obtained from rose petals. A rose perfume is an important product are made from rose oil and locally this perfume is called as attar. Then rose water is also important commercial product obtained from rose petals. It is used as a perfume in a medicines and sometimes it is used in a confectionery industries. The rose water having some cooling and soothing property so that due to its properties it is used as a eye lotions And if you think about, Gulkand is an important byproduct obtained from rose petals. And for making of Gulkand, rose petals are preserved for direct consumptions. Besides from this, roses are used for making of so many byproducts. For example, it is used for making of pankori, guldrogan. Vinegar is one of the product. Second, rose petal wine. It is used for making of jam, jellies, syrup, and also having source of vitamins. There are some special days it help to increase demand of the roses in the market. That is Valentine Day. Then first we have discussed about environmental requirement of rose under protected conditions. Rose is a sun-loving plant and required plenty of sunlight, humid and moderate temperature for its favorable growth. In greenhouse, temperature is generally maintained up to 20 degree Celsius. The temperature range inside the polyhouse and requirement of temperature for growth of the crops, it may vary according to its season. And generally in cloudy season, there is a need we have to maintain the temperature up to 21 degree Celsius, and in sunny days, that means in summer season, there is need we have to maintain the temperature inside the polyhouse 24 to 28 degrees Celsius. The temperature ranging from 15 to 28 degrees Celsius may consider as best for growth of the crops, and it required ideal humidity ranging from 60 to 65%. If high humidity inside the polyhouse, it will cause powdery mildew, and lower humidity, it will cause desiccation of flower and reduce quality of flower. And along with these parameters, there is need we have to maintain CO2 level inside the polyhouse. It ranging from 1000 to 2000 ppm is favorable for growth of the crops. The next part is selection of soil and growth media. There is a possible we have to cultivate the crops in soil and soilless media. And if you want to cultivate the crops in soilless media, there are some examples of media, that is rock wool, peat moss, sphagnum moss, vermiculites, perlites, leaf mold, cocoa peat and rice husk. This media is suitable for soilless cultivation. But well-drained soil, rich in organic matter, porous and plenty amount of oxygen is good for rose plantations. And selected media, it should have pH range between 5.5 to 6.8. And this media should be sterilized with steam at the rate of 70 to 100 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes, or use of methyl bromide at the rate of 25 to 30 grams per meter square, or use of formalin at the rate of 7.5 to 10 liter per 100 meter square, or sometimes basamid at the rate of 30 to 40 grams per meter square. After the sterilizing of soil, then we have to prepare the bed as per the recommendations. And generally, the rows are planted on a raised beds. And for preparation of beds, we have to prepare the beds by as per your proper dimensions, that is 30 to 40 centimeter length, 30 to 40 centimeter height, and path or width should have 0.50 to 0.75 centimeter. Generally, rose is planted on a two rows system on a per bed. If lower number of plants per bed and higher the width or higher the space of the path, it allow better air circulation between the plants, and it help to reduce some infestation of pest diseases, and also it help to improve the quality of the flower. And after the preparation of beds, these rows are planted at its optimum spacing. Generally, it is planted by row to row spacing is 30 to 40 centimeter, and plant to plant spacing is 14 to 18 centimeter, or sometime also planted by 15 to 20 centimeter. If these plants are planted by this spacing, it accommodates 6 to 9 plants per meter square. And generally, the planting of rose is done by in the months of February to April, or sometime it also planted by in the months of September. Then next we have discussed about important varieties of roses. Generally, rose is grown for its cut flower purpose, and it is sold in the market according to its length of stem. According to length of stem and type of flower, generally the varieties are classified into three categories. That is long stem roses, then medium stem roses, and last small flower roses. If we discuss with first group, that is long stem roses, in this group the stem length of flower is varies from 50 to 120 centimeter, and capacity of yield is 100 to 150 stems per meter square per year. Some varieties like Vivaldi, First Red, and Grand Gala belong to this group. Then second type, medium stem roses. In this group, the length of flower is varies from 50 to 70 centimeter, and capacity of yield near about 120 stems per meter square per year. And some varieties like Golden Times, Lambda, Grabrella belong to these groups. And then third type, that is small flower roses. In this group, generally stem length is varies from 30 to 70 centimeter, and yield potential of this group is near about 250 to 350 stems per meter square per year. The some varieties like Mutria, Corneta, Carona are belong to this group. Besides from this, there are some exotic cultivars and Indian cultivars. If we think about some exotic cultivars, for example, American Heritage, Happiness, Gladiator, Superstar, and Peace. These varieties are introduced from other countries. And if we think about some varieties like Mrunalini, Raktagandha, Arjun, Dr. B.P. Pal, Pusa Sonia, Apsara, and Madhura, these are the important indigenous varieties, and generally these are grown for cut flower purpose. Then next we have discussed about propagation, that means multiplication. There is possible rose is propagated by different ways, that is seed, cutting, budding, then layering and grafting. But commercially it is propagated by cutting and budding. If plants are commercially propagated by budding, generally shield or tea budding is adopted in a commercial level. Generally, budded plants are used for planting. And after budding, 6 to 18 months old plants used for planting during May and June. And for planting, soil should be loose, porous, humid, not too wet or nor muddy. Generally, planting should be done by two-row system. And while planting, care should be taken, that is, bud union should be above from 1 inch of soil surface. The distance between the plants in one row varies from 15 to 20 centimeter. And if plants are planted by this spacing, it accommodates near about 7 to 8 plants per meter square. The number of plants per meter square, it depends on type of cultivation, method of planting, its varieties, and spacing between plant to plant or row to row. Then we have discussed about application of manures and fertilizers. The application of manures and fertilizers of rows is very essential for better growth of the plant and production of quality of flower. The best time of application of manures and fertilizers, that is, first we have to apply at the time of planting, and secondly there is need we have to apply at the time of pruning of roses. The application of manures and fertilizers, it depends on variety of plants, type of medium is used, that means growth media, then stage of the plants, and last method of irrigation. The organic manure, that is FIM, should be added top layer of soil because maximum root of the plants, that means rows, is located in this region, and therefore there is need we have to apply organic manure the first layer of soil. A dose of FIM, that means we have to use 15 kg per meter square, and this should be incorporated into the beds. And if you think about the application of chemical fertilizers, the application of chemical fertilizers is based on analysis of soil and analysis of leaf of the plants. And the nitrogen and potassium is applied at the rate of 200 ppm per meter square. And these are applied twice in a week up to the 7 months, and these are applied with the help of irrigation of water. And then phosphorus should be applied in a soil at the rate of 1.8 kg per meter square. So today we have stopped here. The remaining part of this topic we will discuss